Just setting up the flight plan here in little nav maps. Got Winnipeg. It's the ones. Okay. Winnipeg is our departure. Then off to Regina. Then up to Humboldt. Humboldt. Okay. And then into Saskatoon. Alright, that's our destination. So I guess oh, you didn't take Humboldt. Okay, so we got CYWG, CYQR, sizzling, and let's see. There's the overlay. Help us navigate through the way. Hey Lars, how's it going? All right, so we got about a 3-hour flight tonight. Continue on with our cross Canada flight. Got that is all set. Live weather, and if anyone wants to join me, I'm on the East USA server. I'm waiting for Valenta to pick up. Okay, we got it. What's my final destination? Charlie, Yankee, X-ray, India. No. Echo. Diefenbaker. Add a flight plan. The arrow. Good. Sounds good here. I can minimize that.
Now, let's see if we can work a little map.
It's done. And I've got my leftover champagne. My leftover champagne. Well, not champagne, Prosecco. Italian sparkling wine. But I popped that tonight rather than last night because after the flight, I was pretty much out on the in the living room about an hour later. So I went out on the deck, got the Prosecco, open it up, shook it up and sprayed a little bit, and then kept the rest, the drink. Oh, yeah, that's right. Completely shut everything down. All right. We're leaving Winnipeg and off to Regina first, then to Humboldt. I saw Humboldt could be on the way, so I was like, hey, that's where the hockey team, Humboldt Broncos, they had a tragic accident happen 3-4 years ago, where the whole team was involved in a bus incident. So several of them died. Several are I wouldn't say dismembered, but paralyzed or severely injured. And then there's some that were able to continue on playing, but I think like the head coach ended up passing away, and the guy that hit him was a new truck driver, and I don't think he had all his paperwork in place. Yeah, I saw a tragedy.
Tower says Lone Sierra Papa 007 continues.
Oh yeah, let's bring up the VFR map here. And good thing I brought it up, because then I realized I gotta turn around and go back up. So this is Winnipeg. Painful poem. Ooh. Don't want to listen to their poems. Probably painfully boring or something. I know that's not thunder if you hear that in the background. That's my son running around in the kitchen. And I've got the wonderful, wonderful privilege of having this. Autopilot. Whoa. Feels so great to have autopilot again.
Says on the Sierra Papa 007 leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Yeah, it's so much better with having autopilot. You take a break or take your hands off the yoke. I actually did that yesterday, or on the weekend with the Cessna 152, but you pretty much had to trim it out, get it balanced, and be in a place where there was no wind, and then you could walk away to go to the washroom. So it's going to be pretty much like flat land until we get to BC. But to get to BC, that will actually be next Monday. We should be in BC. I don't know what. There's little tiny like houses or barns. Doesn't make any sense. But I wonder if they are like barns or if it's just nothing. Oh, my Magnos. Yeah, so raised $360 towards my $1,200 goal to go to San Diego for the Flight Sim Expo. So I'll keep pressing on with that. See if we can get closer. Then if I have like a couple of $100 to go, I might be able to scrape some funds together, but at this point I can't go, but we'll see what happens. We're like a month away anyways. September 24th to the 26th. However, like I'll have to book stuff by a certain date, but yeah, we did a good job over the weekend. And I finished the flight, Halifax to San Diego, the Cessna 152, 32 and a half hours, about 37 hours of me being awake, and then after I passed out in the living room on a chair. My wife told me, she says, go upstairs before you fall asleep. So, but I ended up, I fell asleep. I woke up. It was about an hour later. Went upstairs, and I wanted to try to watch something on Netflix, and I just couldn't. I was just out because I had to use we call that the send it from my phone to the TV. I didn't have the energy to do that, and I woke up this morning and my phone was on my nightstand and it was still on Netflix waiting for me to send it off to the TV. That's how sleepy I was. So this leg is the longest of the 3 legs. This is 287 nautical miles, which is 3 hours. No, I put together just Winnipeg to Regina, not even up to like Saskatoon, just to Regina, and I was like, it's 3 hours. Like, what? Really? Then I look, plane selected, Cessna 152. I'm like, screw that. I am never touching a Cessna 152 ever again. But I actually might, because I'm doing my update, marketplace update video after this stream. So I gotta do some footage because this for the weekend is not available. It's not gonna avail. I don't know. It might not be available for a week or a couple of weeks, while YouTube tries to process things. Who knows? And I think that's why, like, a lot of people, when they do like a 24-hour event, they'll cut it up in 6-hour chunks. So it takes a lot less time to process by YouTube. Well, in my case, I wasn't about to dilly-dally like that, and YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth. Ooh. What's the settings on here? Saying it's excellent now, so should be fine. Well, yeah, I gotta change up Nightbot. He must be flying with me if he's flying at 152. That's why I was saying on the weekend. Because who in our left mind would ever fly a 152? Maybe someone that owns one? Or some Canadian guy? I don't know if they're Canadian, but most likely are. Where are we crossing over now? This is Portage La Prairie. About an hour and a half to Regina. Yeah, so the second day of the Flight Sim Expo, September 25th, will be my birthday. So if I go, I'll be spending my birthday with a bunch of flight simmers. And this up here is Lake Manitoba. Lake Manitoba. It's, the weather today is like kind of boring compared to what I had over the weekend. Thunderstorms and not so much rain. I think I only had rain like twice, but I had like about like 7 thunderstorms, with some of them without rain. Clouds. But then when you got past the Midwest into the West, it was mostly clear. Then on Wednesday night, I'll be going from Saskatoon to Edmonton. I think I went Saskatoon to Edmonton, down to Calgary, and then Kelowna. So then next Monday we'd be going Kelowna, and I think going up north and then coming back down to Vancouver, cross over to Victoria Island, and be done. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling good, Ed. Thanks for asking. I think about like an hour after I was done, I went and talked to my wife, and I sat there in the living room, and I was like almost like passing out. My wife said, you should go up before you fall asleep. And I just fell asleep. An hour later, like 9 o'clock, I went upstairs, and I thought I'd be able to watch like a Netflix show. Well, we don't have cable anymore, but the Netflix, I can then send it off to my TV. So I sent it off. I never even sent it off. And then my phone, I found it on my nightstand, and it was still on Netflix because I fell asleep. My wife took my glasses off when she came to bed, so I had my glasses on. But yeah, that was like 9 o'clock, and I woke up I think like 8:30 I woke up. Because when she got home last night, she left my son at my in-laws, so it was just my daughter. So this morning, like when I woke up, my daughter was already back in her crib for her nap. It was like maybe 9 o'clock by the time we got out of bed. But it's like I don't feel like I missed out on sleep throughout the weekend. I don't feel that at all. And then today I was like, well, I was thinking of doing it last night, but then I was like, no, I'll wait till tomorrow night. So I had a bottle of Prosecco that I had bought, so that once I hit the other side to do that. But so I opened it up tonight, sprayed it some off of the deck in the backyard, and then this is the leftover. It's only like a 750 mil. Probably spent 50 mil on the grass. Yeah, we ended up raising about 360 Canadian, and in Canadian, just for San Diego, because my goal originally was 3,000, and that was for the expo in San Diego, and then the Vid Summit in LA. Pretty much, LA takes up most of the cost, because for the Flight Sim Expo, I don't have to pay for the conference, the expo, because I would go in as media, but it's more so the hotel and airfare, food, stuff like that. So the so raised 360 out of 1200. So still right now I can't go, but I'm hoping to raise a little bit more, a couple of $100 more, and then I should be able to then scrape some money myself to then do the rest. But hoping to do that like this, hopefully by the end of this week, if not next week, and if not, well, I just can't go in that case if that happens. But I'm hoping for the best. But I know at this point, like LA, the Vid Summit, the YouTube content creator, yeah, it would be great to go, but it's not going to be possible to do it. Does anybody need any fresh air? Yeah, I hope I can make it. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Have a bon appétit. And I'm also enjoying the autopilot on this Mooney. Thinking right now, Friday night community events. Gonna try to figure something out tonight, but it'll be a Tundra tire type of flight. And no, it will not be in the US or Canada. Might be another part of the NAFTA agreement. I wonder if there's like bush flying in like the UK. Like England doesn't seem like the place to go bush flying. Go bush flying with the Queen. What's your tea and crumpets? Yeah, I just couldn't see bush flying in the UK. But if you are in the UK and there is bush flying there, let me know. But it just doesn't seem like the same thing as like in like in the US or in Western Canada. Cause like around here and like on the East Coast, to me there's not really much bush flying going on, but who knows? And like I'm like talking about like the stuff that you see like in Idaho, like you got like a grass strip or a dirt strip, and you're out in the mountains. I really don't think England's got that. Hey there, apologies. I've only just picked up your email. Oh, I'm gutted that I missed your live stream. Yeah, hey, thanks. It was, yeah, I took a quick look at it the night before. It's like, wow, like, some of these developers need to learn from you, because, like, one of the things that I don't like with most airports is how they take, like, the satellite imagery for, like, the roads and parking lots, and then it looks like when you put cars on top of it, it looks like utter garbage. But in your case, what you did is, like, you made that surface out yourself, and then you put cars on top, and it looks a lot much smoother than that. But yeah, are you working on anything else right now? Because Falcon Field was what, in May, April, May that you released that? And yeah, and when I got to Falcon Field, the VFR map really didn't show it, but I could tell where it was based off my little nav map in Valenta. But I think I was also thinking it was a lot closer, because I'd look at little nav maps, I'd be like, okay, that's close. So I should be there in like 5 minutes. Like when I got to Albuquerque, and I was like, oh yeah, it's like right here. No, it was like at 20 minutes. It was over this hill and like these mountains, and then it was Albuquerque. So then when I took off from there and then going into Falcon, I was like, well, I know it's beside Sky Harbor, but according to the map, it looked closer. But then, you know, it's just me, like, not knowing. You recently completed a few freeware projects for the community I fly with. 2 of the 7 wonders, Petra and section of the Great Wall of China, which are not in default sim. Ah, sweet. Yeah, because I did a video on the 7 wonders, and then I added the pyramids, because that's one of the old wonders that has stuck around. But Petra, I remember seeing Petra. It's in the default. It's not there. It's flat. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. Is that in flightsim.to, or is that hosted elsewhere? But yeah, they're both on flightsim.to. Okay, I'll take a look. Yeah, the flight from Halifax to San Diego on the 152, again, no autopilot, took 32 and a half hours, and I landed. At first, what I was doing was, when I would land, I'd then I'd taxi to the gate and then wait for the fueling tank. But then when I got to Bangor, Maine, I didn't realize that fuel tank, they had no fuel tank, so I just fueled up on my own. But then after a few of them, I was like, no, like when I was getting closer to like nighttime for me, I was like, no, I need to start speeding things up if I'm gonna ever get it through this. Yeah, tired, yeah. So I think I had like a 10, 11 hours of sleep last night. and felt good this morning. But yeah, it was because there was times where my head was just like bobbing during the flight, like on the just coming out of Clinton. What is it, Clinton? It's not Arkansas. Clinton, Oklahoma. Because one of my buddies, he left for the night. It was like, and I was like, it's probably like 4 or 5 a.m. for me. And so he left, and then I had this like lull where there wasn't really any chat because people are asleep or so, and he's gone, and so I really got nobody to talk to, and the head's bobbing, and then one of my local buddies, he's like, how are you feeling, tired? I'm like, yeah, I just need people to like chat or something, or make, you know, sub to the channel, or do a super chat so that like the noise that wakes me up. So then a couple of guys did. Oh, he's like, well, here you go. Here's some noise. Then I was like, it woke me up again. But yeah, that was a trip. I don't know if I'll ever go in a 152 ever again. I probably will, because in community flights I do mostly like bush flying. So. But over the last year, I haven't really done many flights in the 152 anyways. Just, there's no autopilot. But I'm loving the autopilot tonight on this trip. Yeah, that's right. Well, because it was at one point I had to go to the bathroom. I knew it was going to be a couple of minutes, so I ended up parking in a field. And then the guys are like, what are you doing? But then I took off, and shortly after taking off, well, because I was like drinking coffee, I had to go pee. And I'm like, I don't want to go landing again. So I just like trimmed it, and I wasn't in a windy situation. So I just left the plane. I walked away, peed, came back, and the plane was just slowly starting to divert. But I was like 7,000 feet in the air, so I had did it earlier, and I had did like a 180, but I was still up in the air, so so that was, I ended up being fine. And yeah, and you really don't have to hold on to the yoke all the time. No. UTC. $22.52? No, it's 8:02 my time, which is the 11:02 UTC. Because it's showing up as 23:02. I know probably from far you saw 23:52. But then if I go on to well, that's the local time. on the screen display at the top. Yeah, that's the estimated time of arrival. So should be there in under an hour. Yeah, that's right. But it's the ETA. That's when I should arrive. So I should be arriving in just under an hour at the Charlie Yankee Quebec Romeo. Yeah, because I'm going to Regina, then up to Humboldt, Saskatchewan, and then final destination is Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Which I had never heard of the song. I was thinking of a different song but I couldn't find the name of it, and I couldn't find the lyrics either. But I call the title for this video's Running Back to Saskatoon, which is a song by The Who. I've never heard of it, but I actually listened to it and I was like, okay. But there's another one, Road to Saskatoon. It's because I heard it a lot in the junior A hockey. They play it here. Kalamazoo. Ooh. Have you started on that yet, or are you're in the process of researching? But either way, let me know when it comes out, and I made a start, but only just a start. Yeah, let me know when it's done, and or even if you want me to preview it. But I can do a preview or a review on it when it comes out. Help you out with promotion. Unless it goes downhill from Falcon Field, but I think with what you did at Falcon Field, I think you'll do a good Kalamazoo. Because I've got King Shaka by forget who's it by, but I've got King Shaka. The airport was fine, but then there was like a few things, and again, like the airport parking lot just looked like a a pile up of cars and on top of like some satellite imagery. So I then like told him, was like, the parking lot looks garbage. Oh well, that's the best I can get from Bing. Wow. I don't know what it takes, but maybe do a little bit of work on to make it look a little more realistic and like lively, beautiful, rather than just satellite imagery. Yeah, you've got my email, so yeah, since November, so I'm quite new and it's improving as I go. Yeah, like since November. Because again, that Falcon Field was, yeah, the finer details. Because even I find like Orbix, they do some great stuff, but then sometimes I find some of their guys will go the extra step and like it's very well detailed, but even like the parking lots are done. But then I find some of their other designers, they don't do the parking lot. And it's the same thing with like, with anyone else. Like, I find a lot of places it's like, okay, we're gonna give you the airport, and we're even gonna put like a few buildings outside the airport. But then you leave the parking lot alone. Why not get the parking lot if you don't have time, or you know, your budget or whatever, like rather than give me something else, just make sure that it looks beautiful, the parking lot. Like, I know it sounds like it's not like parking lot simulator, but when I'm looking at it from the sky and I'm getting close down, I want it to look like a parking lot rather than see a building that's like half done outside the gates. Yeah, because I saw the front office building, and then the tower. I don't know if it was the control tower or not, because I just looked at it for a bit, and then when I landed there yesterday, I was pretty much like land, hurry up, go to the washroom, come back, and I was just keep on going. But that tower and then like the painting on the side, I'm like, oh wow, that really looks nice. And then the arches on it. So about 50 minutes for Regina. Yeah, same with the perimeter fencing. Some developers don't include it. Yeah, Moncton, New Brunswick airport from that was Stairport. They did it, but under Aerosoft's name. It looked fine, but then the perimeter fencing was not 100%. I think they did maybe like 70 or 60%. It's like, why don't you do the rest? The parking lot again was bad, and then they had a sign for Moncton Airport by the road, but it just didn't fit in with everything. You see the animated hangar does at the CA also included an animated advertising billboard at the entrance of there. No, because I had quickly looked at it, but what I'll do is I'll do a full-on video, because like I liked it, and I didn't even see some of this other stuff. But now that you're telling me that, I definitely want to go back, because I even told the guys during the flight, like, this airport is nice. Like, I I almost feel like I don't plan on going to Mesa to Phoenix all the time. But then I feel like I could just be going like West Coast for a couple of weeks or something with like Mesa, San Diego, and then you got Orbix pretty much up the West Coast. But what I find right now is when I was planning out that flight plan is I wanted to see I wanted to stop at airports that were third-party developed, sort of like to look at them, promote them. But then I was able to get down to Louisiana, but then I couldn't go any further because with the mileage that I could do on the 152, there was really nothing in like Texas, even New Mexico. I think New Mexico there was like an enhancement on flightsim.co, but I wanted like something to like a full-on airport. Yeah, 45 minutes to Sedona, yeah. And again, you've got Sky Harbor right there. But I was impressed to see Phoenix International Speedway. Like I flew beside it, but I could pick it up right away just from like the stands and stuff. But yeah, Sedona's a really nice place. But I've also been in the Apache Trail, so it might be a nice thing to take off from there and do like a Apache Trail. I've been to Tortilla Flats on the Apache Trail, and you go in there and it's like a Tex-Mex kind of restaurant, but it's on the on the Apache Trail. There's like nothing around it, like there's really no city, but I remember like there's no wallpaper or anything. It's all a bunch of like dollar bills, and they're signed off by people, and they staple it to the wall. Looks really nice. So yeah, just talking to you now, I'm already got some flight ideas for that. No, not close enough yet. Yeah, the Gypsum. I know you're in the UK. Is there any bush flying in the UK? I just can't picture it. Hey Jepson, thanks for a sub. Thanks for a sub. The yeah, I just can't picture it. Like, are people having their tea while they're going into the bush? Like, cause I see it more so like here in Canada. It's like Western Canada. In the U.S., it's like it could be anywheres, but it's like actually anywheres. Because I've seen like bush flying on the East Coast. Or is it just like regular flying? Yeah, just VFR fly-ins, yeah. That's what I thought. If you can't see the queen waving her hand and having her tea and crumpets while going on, you know, with her boots up to her knees, no, I can't picture that. So yeah, I can't picture, because there's not that like any mounds really in England. Like I know like Scotland, there's like it's all over the place, but there's like mounds and stuff. We get to Regina. Let's see if I can go for a spin around the city, do a touch and go, and then off to Humboldt. Now a good quiz is what is the capital of Saskatchewan? Pretty sure it is what I think it is. I know it's one of the two. Regina is the capital. It's Saskatchewan. You might think Saskatoon, but no, it's Regina. But here in Canada, the capitals are mostly the biggest cities in that province. So like Halifax for Nova Scotia, Charlottetown for PEI, St. John's for Newfoundland, Fredericton for New Brunswick. I don't think that's the biggest city. When you get to Quebec, it's Quebec City. That is smaller than Montreal. Ontario is Toronto, biggest city. It's actually the biggest city in Canada. And then you've got Winnipeg and Manitoba, Regina and Saskatoon. And then I think it's I know I'm Canadian, but I haven't been to like elementary school for Edmonton is the Edmonton's the capital of Alberta, and then Vancouver is for British Columbia. But then when you go to the U.S., sorry, I made a mistake there. Victoria, yes, Victoria is the capital of BC. So again, that's smaller than. But if you go to like New York, the capital of New York is not New York City. It's Albany. It's like Albany's like big, but nothing compared to New York City. I don't think there are a million. I think there might be a couple 100,000. Let me see. Population. Not even. Albany, New York, the capital of New York, in 2019, 97,500. That's crazy. Not even 100,000. And that's the capital. We're just south of Broadview. And the neighboring city is Narrowview. No. See if we can get ATC's attention. 25 minutes to go.
Jazz 8547, contact Winnipeg Center on 124.3. Good day.
Yeah, Jazz 8547's off from Winnipeg to Vancouver, and they're up in front, but up in the sky. Yeah, it looks like great weather. I think there's gonna be clouds later on. Actually, no, because that's if I kept on going west, but after Regina, I'm going up north, so I'll be fine. No thunderstorms. Good thing. How many thunderstorms went through yesterday, like on the weekend? Like 7? Good thing is I get to use autopilot. And I cracked open a champagne after, just before the flight. Went on a deck, sprayed a little bit, and then kept the rest. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes cheap isn't always the best, but like I said, the Logitech G433 is good, decent mic. Although I remember like my racing teammates a couple of years ago that they're always complaining, but then if I change to a different one, it'd still say it, so I don't know. They might not have had good headphones. So as we get into Regina, I'm going to try to circle around the city. We can take a look at the city, and then do a touch and go. I do see, like, is that somewhat clouds or is that like puddles of water? It almost looks like it just poured here or something. Oh, there we are. Regina International. We'll go with runway 26.
Regina traffic says Lone Sierra Papa
Regina.
53 miles east 5000.
It's Regina.
Left traffic runway 26.
So right down here, it's Carenado Kettle, Nakota First Nation. Why Carenado Kettle? There's one plane coming across here from Miami. It's going to PANC. It's Ted Stevens. Oh, Anchorage. He's going all the way to Anchorage from Miami. Wow. In a Cessna 152. No. The only people that would be stupid to do that would be me. Wow. Oh yeah, I got about a 20 knot headwind here. You can see the plane just wiggling a little bit. About 15 miles out.
Are you an adult in Nova Scotia that
Well, that reminds me. Voting. Oh, you can go straight in, but you gotta let's go circle around here for a bit. Hey Craig, you're live again. Oh, I figured out how to restart a game. Ah, okay. How are things going today? Yes, I made it 32 and a half hours. So we're just coming into Regina here. Yeah, 30. I was up for like about 37 hours. So in total, we've over the weekend we raised 360 Canadian for the goal 1200. So this week I'll just see what else, how close we can get to that goal. Right now I can't go to San Diego on that, but we'll see if I can get closer to 1200, then I'll be able to go. But yeah, I wouldn't have been able to make it through without everyone helping out, chat, donations, and flying around with me. There was a point where there was a lull, and I was like nodding my head. That was like just getting out of Clinton, Oklahoma. Oh. The Saskatchewan Rough Riders. They live in they play in a flat stadium, I guess. So I'm just gonna circle back around and then go into 31. No, I've got a Honeycomb Alpha Yoke. I do have a joystick, but I only use that like helicopters or jets. I know you're a jet guy, but to me, jets, they go in the DCS world. But I want one. What do you want? Joystick or a yoke? Because if you want a yoke, I recommend the Honeycomb Alpha yoke. Turtle Beach is coming out with a yoke and gear quadrant, and actually rudder on it too. But I would get separate rudders in that case, because it's a button and it's not going to be the best for experience, but also just when you're flying. Because I've used a Stream Deck before, having a button for rudder left and rudder right. It's not good. But because like rudder left. Look at that. I just press, and it jerks. And then if I go rudder right, it's the same thing. But with the pedals, I could do it a lot smoother. Passengers don't get so upset. Yeah. So if you want the like jet and Airbus guy, yeah, Logitech Extreme Pro 3D is good enough. I know Thrustmaster, they have the Airbus. I've heard it's like plasticky, but still good. But you get your gear quadrant and your left Airbus joystick. Get 2-foot pedals and bind them. Yeah. No, I've got the Logitech rudder pedals, so I don't even use the Stream Deck anymore. I just use it for camera angles. And then I've got the gear quadrant from Logitech. I like to have the Bravo, but I'm gonna see. I might be able to get the Turtle Beach to review. If I do, then if it's really good, well, hopefully I can keep it. Who knows? I think if they give it to me for a review, I would be able to keep it. I probably have to. There's probably some stipulation to it. How many videos have to be sponsored or something? And that's why I want to go down to San Diego. Is I want to be able to talk to these guys in person. All right, we're coming in here on final.
Regina traffic Sislone Sierra Papa 007 is on final runway 26 touch and go left traffic.
Where am I at? Just coming to Regina, in Saskatchewan. This is part of a Cross Canada series I've been doing. I started off 2 weeks ago in St. John's, Newfoundland. And I make my way out to Victoria, BC, British Columbia. Follow me in an Airbus. Shop here. But I do have somewhat of a headwind, almost 20 knots. Oh, that's hard. Real hard. I almost pretty much bounced back in the air. Yeah, even with the autopilot, it's like shaking. Because the wind's coming in from 942 to like 947. Sorry, 942. 290 to 300. It was hard to hear me. If you look at the top of the screen, I'm actually going to be changing it. What happened there? Can I like mute all audio or something? Yeah, I gotta change it. There, I just changed it, so you got the departure and arrival for this next leg. It's about 35 minutes. Yeah, no problem, Greg. Yeah, so Craig, if where we're going to now is Humboldt's, and just a few years ago there was a tragic accident with the I'll zoom by you in a F-22. Give me 3 minutes. The Humboldt's Broncos, they're Junior A or Junior B hockey team. Tragic accident where like half the team and coaching staff that were on the bus ended up passing away from their injuries, and then some are like have been critically injured, and then just a few have been able to walk away from it, and some of them weren't even on the bus, so they were clear. But yeah, big tragedy that happened a few years ago. You just landed? I thought you were taking off from the other, because I just looked on the exterior, so you must have passed me and I didn't even see it. I was looking out the side, and I was like, I'll see where Craig is. But when I looked out, I was like, oh, he's coming from the other way. But no, you just landed. You hit Mach 3. Alright, now I'll go in the exterior view. Yeah, I'll go in the exterior view and I'll watch you pass by. They'll probably model you as like a Cessna 152. Holy smokes, that's fast. Looks like a hockey stick we're gonna be doing here. So we'll do a touch and go in Humboldt, and then off to Saskatoon. And if you haven't already, if you can please splash that like button, really help with the algorithm. And hope you're enjoying. But if you want to jump in the chat, go ahead. But I don't know what's Craig doing anymore. Is he gonna fly back, or is he flying up? It looks like he's like slewing or something. Unless he's doing like acrobatics or something. Oh, you're circling. Okay. It should be there in about 23 minutes. So on Valenta, I think it was about 7 hours in. It was roughly about 7 hours in when I got Valenta. So my profile now shows one flight, 25 hours of flight time, 2,500 nautical miles, 487 kilograms of fuel burn, and 2 friends. Ooh, on Valenta, there's a challenge flying Miami to Ibiza. Maybe I should try it out in a 152 rather than an Airbus. Oh man. Yeah, because I saw your name popped out. It should be behind me. Okay. Yeah, I see ya. It looks like you're slewing just because it stutters. About 9 minutes to go. I guess there's not too much bush flying out here either. Just flat land. Oh yeah, I've got it on. But on the East USA server, there was quite a bit of people over the weekend saying like I'd come in and out, but it's not something with me. It's a Sobo Microsoft bug that, because Charlie Fox would say that about me, Joe would say that about me, Namesicle, there was a few others, but the thing is it would happen. I couldn't see them sometimes. Gotta be 5 minutes out. Four minutes. Okay, now you see the lake. And just over the lake is the airport. Alright, let's call it in. Uh, 30. Got 35. Touch and go.
Charlie Juliet uniform for traffic Sislone Sierra Papa 007 is on final runway 35 touch and go left traffic.
Is that grass strip or it's asphalt? Oh, 35 is grass, I think. Oh shoot, this is the airport. Let's go out to this next road. See what happens here. Yes, you did. Yeah, so you just got to let me know what your Orbix account email is and which one you want, and then I'll get them to put it in your account. And if you don't have one, you'll just have to create one, and then they'll be able to get some here. And it can't be from their partners. It has to be Orbix. Oh shoot. It's not well. I'm gonna take off from there. I didn't touch, but we'll call it a touch. And it's not that far to next place here, Saskatoon. Off to Saskatoon. We're gonna put that in. Off to Saskatoon. And yeah, Ed, if you're looking for an airplane, they have one. It's a weird looking one. It looks like it looks scientific, but it's like a bubble. That's the cockpit, and it's slow. but you're able to see out of it like really good. That's the Edgeley. But if you don't want that, they have plenty of landmark packs, and they also have airports. It all depends on what type of flying you want to do and where you want to do it. Oh. Seriously, out of fuel? Oh, yeah. Because if you want to fly in the U.S., they've got a lot of stuff on the West Coast, Northwest Coast. Like they got Burbank, they got like Catalina Island, that's right across from LA. You got Santa Barbara, Tacoma, Seattle. They got like small airports, like I think W2S or something like that, up in Washington, and a couple in Oregon. So yeah, take a look at the site and let me know which one you want, and we'll make it happen. My eyes like bugging me. I don't know if it's tiredness or it is champagne. I gotta finish it off before I land. It's not the champagne, it's definitely not, but my eyes, just bright eyes, bugging me. If you can get it, the sooner better, but by tomorrow afternoon, because I'm gonna just so I email them once rather than, because there's 3 prizes. Yeah, so if you can, preferably tonight. And it's orbixdirect.com. Woo. They have, like, if you want like international, they've got Sydney Cityscape, Mumbai Landmarks, Dubai, Paris. They just came out with Great Britain Central, which is like Northern Wales, Liverpool, Manchester. It's like at that right across UK in the central part. So they've added more buildings and stuff and landmarks. Yes, yeah, so Orbix, yeah. But it you know, it can't be from a partner. Orbix, because there's a lot of stuff on there that's from a partner. So like a partner product would be like Salzburg Airport or Global Shipping. And normally, if it's a partner product, you'll see that the name of the company, the other developer, because on their store they'll have their own products, but then they have a bunch of others. But if you go to Orbix Direct, you'll see new Orbix release. There's some good stuff there, and then you can. And actually, on OrbixDirect.com, at the bottom, they actually have a world map. And it shows you all in orange the Orbix products, and in blue the third party. But just because it's in orange doesn't mean that it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. And you don't have to get Microsoft Flight Simulator. You could get Xbox also if you want. Sorry, not Xbox, X-Plane. But I'm assuming you're Microsoft Flight Simulator guy. Oh, whoa, whoa. Still had the gear down. Then on Wednesday night, I'm going from Saskatoon to Edmonton, down to Calgary, and then down to Kelowna. And then next week we'll go from Kelowna into British Columbia. We'll go up and down British Columbia and then across to Victoria. And then I'll be at wraps for the Canadian tour. About 8 minutes. All right, sounds good. You got 10 minutes if you have any questions. Customer support's closing in 10 minutes. So we're just about to complete leg number 5 in our cross Canada flight. I can see the runway lights here. We're off to Saskatoon Diefenbaker. They don't have any ATIS here. It's weird. That is close. They only have 3 runways. We'll do 27 straight in. I'll make a full stop. Now it's position. We're definitely not on final yet.
Saskatoon traffic Sizzlone Sierra Papa 00710 miles east, 5,000 feet inbound to land runway 27.
I'm not sure why they got the lights going on at the other side of 15, because that's closed. You might get the plane. Yeah, that's the they only have the one plane because all the others are partners. But it's yeah, it's a nice like slow plane. I think it's like 90, 100, but like I said, it's like glass pretty much all around, like holes kind of deal. Very good for visuals. All right, we're on final here.
Saskatoon traffic Sizzlone Sierra Papa 007 is on final runway 27 to land.
Three 3,000 feet. Ooh. See that push happening. Wind's about 16 knots. Definitely too high here, but yeah, Key West is nice. If you want, I actually have a if you want to watch, I've got a Key West versus Orbix versus FS Dream Team on that one. Because I sort of go in the middle, but I show both of them. Yeah, because FS Dream Team did one, and then Orbix did one, and I think FS Dream Team added more than Orbix did, but then Orbix had slightly better looking. You'd have to take a look at the video. They don't have air traffic control around here? Are they on strike? No, they don't have Miami. Miami is Land VFR. That's Miami. And I think the only other one on the East Coast is Tweed, New Haven. And here we are at Saskatoon. And Wednesday night we'll be back here with the park and break on. We'll be back on Wednesday night, Saskatoon to Edmonton, and then down to Calgary. Complete now. Down to Calgary, then to Kelowna, and then next Monday we'll take off from Kelowna, then go up to Stewart, and then back down onto the west coast. Probably down on the west coast on next week on the Wednesday. That will then conclude the cross-country trip across Canada. But thank you, everyone. Yeah, I sent you an email, and thanks again. Yeah, no problem, Ed. Thanks a lot for your support, and everyone have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video, and happy flying.